As victims and families navigate the aftermath of the fires, a local doctor is opening her sensory-based play space to those who are affected to give their nervous systems a break. We're joined live by Dr. Marielly Mitchell, founder of Theraplay LA. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
You know, we were just talking before we came to this segment, and it's so important to look at our nervous system right now. A lot of people are focused on the recovery or how do I volunteer, but really when it comes to kids specifically, our nervous systems can be really out of whack right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's kids, all of us, and we're all going through a general trauma right now. And so we all really got to try to take care of ourselves as much as we can. And so we'll be going further into that today. So I'm really excited to share some information.
Well, tell us about your space and how you're helping families.
Yeah, absolutely. So like so many of us in Los Angeles, I've been absolutely devastated to see what's been happening to our city and to how it's impacted families. And so I wanted to help however I could. And so I decided to open the clinic up, which is a sensory-based clinic for children so that they can come and get regulated, have some relaxation, and get all the sensory input that their nervous system is craving. And so my sensory clinic is usually geared for children with autism or ADHD or any type of neurodivergence. And so I have all sorts of things like ball pits and swings and trampolines and zip lines and bean pits and rice pits and all these different sensory experiences because everyone has their own unique sensory profile. So they have access to this equipment so they can become more integrated and regulated and more cool and calm and collected. And we all kind of really need that right now. So,
yes, we do.
Yeah.
I think we really do. It sounds like a lot of fun too for the kids to be able to come and play. That's if parents can't maybe make it to your clinic or maybe, you know, it's one of those things your appointments fill up.
Yeah.
Are there places that you can take kids? I'm thinking off the top of my head like a Sky Zone.
So, Sky Zone would be great. Yeah. And like one of the activities that Sky Zone really focuses on is jumping, which is a specific sensory system called the proprioceptive system, and that's really calming. You get all that input, and it's really regulating and very grounding. So it's an excellent place too.
You know, we were talking we heard the press conference. Air quality is such an issue right now. We've got all these hazardous materials being, blown around. We could have some waterway issues with it as well. You have a specific way that you should be teaching kids how to breathe and protecting their system.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not just children too. It's anyone in general. So the basic principles of anatomy is that our own natural filtration system for air is our nose. So you really want to limit mouth breathing right now as much as possible.
Breathe through the nose.
Breathe through the nose and continue to breathe through the nose. If you're nervous or if you're having dysregulation, you can take like an inhale and then exhale through your mouth, but you always want to inhale through your nose, not through your mouth, because think of all the particulates in the air, including viruses, bacteria, and now this toxic dust that's floating, right, that we can't really see. And so you want to keep the nose as clean as possible, do sinus rinses, get a xylitol-based nasal spray, and also using breathe right strips. A lot of people think they're just for adults. Yeah. You can use those for kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
great. And
keeping the nose as clean as possible. Boogie wipes are great, and because if the nose is clogged, then they're going to mouth breathe, and that goes for anybody.
That's really great advice. You know, the other thing we were talking about is I think, like my husband today sent my stepson to school with a mask and asked him to wear it.
Yeah.
But we had this conversation like, is it too much to be doing this? We're not really in the fire zone, but he feels like it's the safer thing to do. How do you kind of balance not making it scary, but protecting your
Absolutely.
kids?
I think right now it's the best thing to do is to mask up if you're outside and wear an N95 mask because our bodies are not meant to really process as much of the toxic air that's out there right now. And so you want to protect your airway as much as possible because it can create chronic inflammation. And so I would mask up and get air filtration systems if you can in your house as well, and really focus on nasal breathing and wear a mask until maybe we get some rain, hopefully like this weekend, and some things clear, but it also is going to depend on the wind and when we start to clean up everything, all the debris as well. So
this is all great information, and thank you for opening up your space to so many families. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm now thinking about how I'm breathing. For more information on Dr. Marielly and Theraplay, check out our website, kcalnews.com, click Seen on TV.